Hello friends, today I am greeting you in red tones. I decided to put something as a focal point in this gloomy day. And I'm starting with a topic immediately about the difficulties and some situations that seemed struggling at the moment when moving abroad and while living abroad. I am living in United States almost 2 years now. In April it's going to be 2 years and this is unbelievable. I remember the day when I was filming a similar video in this exact bedroom, but a year ago for the 1 year abroad in United States. You can find this video in my previous channel if you want to rewatch it. But for those who are here for the first time, I want to say, long story short, how I basically moved to USA from Greece, what was the reason, and how basically I did it. I had a long-distance relationship for a long time, for 3 years, with my now husband, who was born and raised in USA. He's Greek American, but he was born here and he was vacationing in Greece every summer. But it happened that in the magical 2018, love this year for many reasons, but one of the reasons is of course that I met my husband on that day, and I didn't know that we are going to be actually married. This is just crazy. Like, the thought of that seemed really surreal. I was vacationing as well. It was specifically the island Ios in Kyklades in Greece, in the Aegean Sea. And it's a perfect island if you want to go vacationing. Why say vacationing? If you want to go on a vacation for a budget, if you are a student, let's say, or if you're just a young adult who wants to explore Greece and the island vibe, and it doesn't have to be necessarily expensive as Mykonos or Santorini. No, but at least back then it was fine. I don't know now, to be honest, but it is still considered one of the budget friendly islands to go on vacation, and it's great for partying. That was the reason why I went with my friend and my husband as well. So it happened that we met, and since then we kept communication. Even when he flew back to USA, we approached the situation realistically, that we live in different continents. There is no realistic way to see each other that often, at least at the moment that was the case, and we just decided to stay friends. We just decided to stay in touch, and I'm happy that my husband was really optimistic about it, and he is the one who really, I think, pushed it, who texted me more often. We did video chats, we, I don't know, replied to each other's Instagram stories. This is a great way to keep in touch. It doesn't push you to anything serious. Instagram stories, a great way to actually, say hi to the person who is interesting to you. We kept in touch for 3 whole years. We were just chatting, and I was not expecting anything, and it happened that in 2021 he decided to come back to Greece. Before that we had the COVID pandemic, and we were in 2 quarantines in Greece. It was really hard. See the situation on us, we were not allowed to fly abroad, and basically we had really restricted rules back there. Here, I know it was more easy in some states, but nevertheless, my husband couldn't fly to Greece during that period. So we ended up not seeing each other at all during this time. And in 2021, he finally came back to Greece. I like that I said long story short, but I don't have the talent to say a story short. So if you really want, stick with me. We reconnect during that summer. We went even to several trips together. It was clearly that we want to be together. We both really wanted to keep in touch, but not as friends anymore. We really wanted to at least attempt to make it work, although it may seem even now, oh my god, what we were doing, how we did that, I still don't know. It was really hard, the long distance, so we decided to try, but it was in steps. He said, "Do you want to visit me?" I said yes, and it was crazy. I went through my savings, I bought my ticket to USA, and it happened that during that time I still couldn't fly from Greece to the USA directly, simply because there were still some restricting rules on traveling due to the COVID pandemic. People were traveling already, but the problem was that, I don't know, Greece was considered like a red zone, something like that. So I had to spend 2 weeks like in another country, which was considered like a gray zone. And one of the countries happened to be Russia. Back in 2021, I have relatives there, and I thought, let's try this. Let's go to Russia, spend there 2 weeks, see them as well, spend good quality time with them. It was a great opportunity, and I'm so happy I did this. Also, it was the last time that I saw my grandmother alive. She was living back then in Russia, and I'm just glad. I'm just glad that I had that opportunity and went to see everybody and to see her, of course. It was scary. It was really scary to, first of all, to fly to a country which is that far away, and then to visit a guy who I know, yes, we knew each other, we had a good baseline, we trusted each other. It's getting really dark, but I hope that doesn't matter. I really tried to create a great picture, but I felt that I also needed to record this video today and not wait until tomorrow. So I will be standing as much closer I can to the window. Everything went smoothly. I flew to USA for a visit, and it was incredible. I think that was maybe one of the best trips of my life, if not the best trip of my life, that back then. And we spent good amount of time with each other. We got to know each other really well back then. And again, the time when I was about to go back to Greece was so painful, was so heartbreaking. I don't even want to, revisit those moments. They were really hard. It felt that we are breaking up, but we were not breaking up, but it felt really hard. And especially the first 2 months being away through each other, we had some rough moments, misunderstandings at the moment, and it was difficult. But we somehow managed to not give up on us. I went to visit again, he went to visit me in Greece during summer, and we did that loop for 3 whole years. Maybe as an advice, I don't know if I can give any advice because everybody's situation is different, but as a piece of advice, if you are considering to do long distance relationship, let's say this happened to your life, you met somebody amazing, but they live far away. If you consider doing that, or if you are already into this situation, make sure that there is an ending point in your long distance relationship. It's very hard to maintain the dynamic, to be the same enthusiastic about this whole thing if you don't know when you're going to see each other. At least know when you're going to visit each other, have those tickets on your hands if you can, make a plan for the rest, like 6 months at least, so you can know when you're going to see each other. This is very, very, very important in order to not give up on anything. And of course, this has to have an end. Somebody will have to make this decision to move. It will have to be either you or the other person. And in our case, it was me. I decided that I will move to USA. I will make this big change in my life. And as the time was passing, it was harder and harder to say these goodbyes at the airport, and we were attaching to each other even more. And it just made sense to finally make the decision and get married, to start creating our own family, to build up our relationship in a completely new way, but in a way that made sense, because time passed. We were already like 3 years in a relationship. Now I'm here. I live here for almost 2 years. I have visited Greece already one time. The first whole year approximately I couldn't fly back because I had to prepare some documents here, and I had to wait for them in order to be able to fly outside of the USA, and they came finally. It was painful to be away from Greece that long, and here we come to the first struggle that I felt coming here. You would think it would be something else, but no, it's the homesickness. The homesickness hits you in moments when you don't expect that, because I moved here for the obvious reason. I really was happy about that decision, but there are moments when you eat, I don't know, a food outside and you wish that it would be something familiar from your country, let's say, or you want to smell that air in the streets that you grew up. You want to meet those friends, or you want to see your parents, and it hits you, and you just, I don't know, at some moments I was just freaking out. One thing that helped me a lot is, of course, my husband, and of course talking to my people back in Greece. But one thing that really helped me was therapy. I tried for the first time to work with a therapist, and we worked almost a year, like 10 months approximately. It was a big, like, let's say, emotional support that I had. I, of course, took advantage to work through my whole childhood, let's say, traumas and all that. Everybody has them. But also the main focus was that. And since I mentioned that, and the whole reason why I started it, why I took the decision, okay, I need some help, because due to my stress of this big change in my life, I started to experience psychosomatic reactions, let's say. I felt the stress, and then apparently I didn't express it in the best way, or I don't know how to explain that better, but your body gives you signs that you need to relax, that you need to calm yourself, that you need to talk to someone, that you need to just think what you can do to help yourself. And the reaction that I had in my body was, I felt a constant feeling in my throat. I felt that I was choking. I felt that in the middle of the day, I felt this pressure, and it was scary because I thought maybe I have something there. So I am hypochondriac. I started to become hypochondriac maybe in the end of my 20s, and it started to become more severe. I'm not germaphobic, thank God, but I fear some weird diseases, and I tend to think and overthink too much about my health, let's say. And I became hypochondriac, and then I had the psychosomatic reactions in my body. So it was mainly my throat area. There I felt that something is weird. I even went to the doctors here. They checked me and they said everything is fine, because I started feeling something that wasn't there. They just suggested to relax. I even did a blood work lab test, and everything was fine. The results were fine. Doctors just touched my throat and my neck area to see if anything is there, but nothing was there. And I was so scared. I thought, why now? Why now that I took this step, I came here, I moved to USA, why that now we finally decided to be together? Why I have to have these problems right now? I felt so, I don't know, that everything was unfair and working against me. Yes, therapy sessions really helped me out. I did them every week. That pace really was helpful. And I believe, I don't know, by talking to your people, doing, of course, your therapy sessions, the therapist that is a good fit to you, thank God, the first one that I decided to talk to was a good fit. And maybe the fact that we were talking in my mother language also helped me out a lot. I felt like this good connection. And, time healed. Time and adaptation happened. I feel much better right now. To be honest, I stopped my therapy since 2025 in July, and I wish I could go back, not because I have a severe issue, but I just want to work through some anxiety, some sort of stress that I may have, some minor situations that I would like to solve on the moment. I would like to go back to therapy. So that will be something that I will lean to again. That was it that I wanted to share about the struggles that I felt moving abroad. I understand that other people may have other struggles, and maybe my struggles may seem no that important, or that, oh, you made that up, okay, you had stress, okay, some people may think that, and I'm prepared for that, but you're not in my skin. You don't know how I was feeling and what I was feeling. I'm real glad to hear your thoughts if you have immigrated yourself, if you started a new life in a new country, if you had long distance relationship, share this experience if you want also in the comments. And I hope I didn't discourage you to move abroad if you were thinking about that. Didn't want to make this intro that much pessimistic or anything. It's just how life is. Look how enormous these flowers are. I was shocked and I thought I have to get them. It was time to, I'm still wearing my gloves apparently. It was time to renew the flower bouquets in the house. So I am thinking to renew like every 10 days the flowers in 2 vases that I have in the living room. I was thinking about having flowers for the bedroom as well, maybe for the office where Ari is working, but then I thought I don't have that many vases, so I'll have to maybe get more vases in order to get more flowers. But I like having the flowers in the living room because I hang out there more often. Okay, have my scissors. I brought already the vases filled up with water. I'm using these two. This is a large vase, it's so heavy, and I decided to put it on the coffee table this time. And I got these flowers, which I'm not sure how they are called. There is no tag with the name or anything. I have a feeling they're chrysanthemums, like green ones. Look how beautiful they are. Aren't they amazing? I saw them last minute and I thought, let's get something green and something like that. I believe they're going to last for a while. Chrysanthemums in general last for a while. Yes, actually I'm pretty sure they're chrysanthemums because I see the shape of the leaves. And yeah, they look familiar. So I'm going to just cut them just slightly, but I love, actually no, they might be too long for this vase, so I'll have to cut them. Should I mix them with the Alstromerias? What do you think? You know what, no, I will not mix them because Alstromerias that are here, such a beautiful flower as well, and they last also for a while. They can last 2 weeks minimum if you take care of them, of course, like changing the water in the vase semi-daily, something that I do not do, but I know that you have to do that in order to preserve the freshness of the flowers. And also sometimes I see that there is flower food, like plant food, flower food. It's like sort of white thing in a package. It's like very small and it's usually included with the flowers. I use it whenever it's included, but here I don't see it attached anywhere. So just change water, and I guess some people add something natural, like natural oils. I heard about eucalyptus oil, so I will read about that and maybe I'll do the same because I actually have. Wow, how gorgeous they are. They look gorgeous. I'll show you them for another time together. Look how beautiful they look. The red, like this strawberry red, I guess, or maybe magenta, with the green of the chrysanthemums. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous. I love this English word, gorgeous. So the Alstromerias are also like really long, even for, oh my god, even for this huge vase. So as much as I would love them to be long, I think I'm going to cut them. But I will leave the Alstromeria pretty long, and I will keep cutting it as the days pass, because this will create a completely different look, I think, for the living room. I wish I could like show you it better so you can see it. So I was in the coffee shop earlier. I sometimes go to coffee shops to mostly edit and in general plan my content and do some administrative tasks. I feel that whenever I am not home, I am more organized in completing like this type of tasks, because I know that I don't have much time, I have limited time. That's why I guess that works perfect. And I don't know, it was so cold in the coffee shop this morning. Well, granted, I was sitting by the window because the outlet was there, but still, I believe that the heating was not really working. Oh my god, it just fell? Great. Oh, this little thing fell. And I cannot really save it or anything. It's a shame. Oop. Wow. Okay, maybe they are too long for this vase, and maybe I still have to cut them more. But how awesome they look. I am reevaluating my short form content every week. I am looking at the statistics. I try to understand which content worked and which content did not work. And I am really slightly changing it every week. I try to find the format that will bring views, and basically the format that will work for me the best, so I can confidently create it, so it doesn't overwhelm me, because sometimes there is content that works, but it's not you, it doesn't represent you, it's not who you are. And I don't want to just create for the sake of creating. I really want to do what I love. So trying to figure out what I like. I'm in between talking videos, like I'm talking right now. I also create voiceover videos like mini vlogs or lifestyle b-rolls, for example. Sometimes I just make some stills and I show my outfit. And I was really trying to figure out how to do this, how to make that content rotation on, oh, you see this flower. But I can save this one, I can put it in a small glass. And I was thinking like how to grade my content in a way so it makes sense and my content doesn't look like a soup in general, because I have this fear that I create content that is too diverse and that I am all over the place instead of just focusing on one niche, let's say. I really don't want to put myself into a content box that I create just, for example, home decor videos or strictly painting videos or strictly cooking no, cooking probably no, but for example, even on my vlogs here on YouTube, those of you who are with me for a while from the previous channel, you know that I like showing different stuff. I like to show some of my cooking, so I show some b-rolls from the cooking. I show you hauls from Amazon, from Marshalls sometimes, from another stores. I show you some style. I talk with you a lot about anything that bothers me lately, and I like it as it is. And I was stuck. I didn't know how to create it in short form content so it makes sense and it doesn't create like a content soup on my page. And I think I found a way. I will test it. So this week it's going to be a little different, the content that I'm creating, like kind of the same, still around like my niche, lifestyle niche, but more narrowed, more focused. So I hope I made sense right now with what I was saying. I think they are still too tall and I have to really cut them more. So I'll do that and I'll show you it after. How beautiful are these Alstromerias? I did the right choice to pick the red, slight magenta ones. And I just like that they are solid color and that there is no other flower over here, because I was thinking before maybe I should mix them with the chrysanthemums, but actually no. I just love the shape of their leaves and that they are just minimal by themselves, plus the vase is like a statement vase. So I don't feel that you need to overwhelm your bouquet with a more like, you know, colorful or fancy vase. Friends, don't be scared, it's just me with a face mask. I am a little bit like Shrek right now, and it's getting kinda dry by now. I wanted to show you the face mask that I use here and there. Well, this is the last packet that I have. So this is the Greek brand Apivita that I really like. Actually, I have tried their shampoos, I have tried their hair conditioners, and now it's a sample of a face mask that I bought from a Greek pharmacy when I was back in Greece visiting in the summer. And unfortunately I just got like 4 of them, and this is the last one. It's a green clay mask, so it's supposed to become dry after a couple of minutes of wearing it, and I am supposed to wear it for 10 minutes and then just rinse it off. And after the mask I feel that my face and my skin is really smooth, that I barely need like any moisturizer, but I put moisturizer just in case every day. And I will try to find it on Amazon. Maybe I can find Apivita. I know it's much more expensive to order it from Amazon because it's an imported product. So I will see, or I will find something equivalent. But whenever I go back to Greece, I will make sure that I'll get more of them, just to have them, I guess, throughout the year. For me, for my face, I don't need the whole square. I just need half of it. So I know that I have enough amount to make another mask in a couple of days, but I don't know what to do, what I'm supposed to do. I don't know if I'm supposed to put it in the fridge, maybe just to preserve it. I will put it like in a plastic packet, I guess, because if I just leave it like this, it will dry out, and I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. Maybe I was supposed to just use all the amount on my face, but I don't feel that I need more. That was it about the masks, and I want to show you another beauty product that I got recently. As you know, I have mentioned it before that I do my manicures at home. I do gel manicure. I have a UV lamp. This time I got this nail drill. Yes, electric nail drill. It sounds a little weird. It's that tool that you see when you go to the nail salon, and sometimes they use acetone to clean out the product, the old gel product, but sometimes some nail salons, they use these drills. So it came in a packet like that. I got it from Amazon. It was a random purchase. I wasn't looking for a specific brand. And the drill itself is in this little box. I tried it last night and I really liked it. For a person who is just, you know, I just do my manicures at home, I try to be as much careful as possible. And to be honest, for a beginner, this tool is really easy to use. You are not at any risk of, hurting your nails. You always have to be careful because it has some sharp tools over here. But I mean, if you are careful and you just do it gently on your nails, you will be fine. Or if somebody else can make it to you, if you feel that you cannot do it to yourself. But even if you, let's say you're a right-handed and you work with your left hand on your right hand nails, I believe you can still do it, because I did it last night and I'm not good with my left hand, but still I managed it. I noticed that as much as I talk right now, the face mask is drying and it's starting to fall. Okay, I will try to be quick. So it comes with a box of these tools and a box of these tools as well. To be honest, they are more than enough. I would prefer just one box maybe. It's too many tools to use. I already used one of these sandpaper cylinders. I attached it to one of the tools, and then they have included a lot of these cylindric tools. This is, for example, for the cuticles, or for polishing. I'm a little confused. The sharp ones are for the nail edges to make them smoother. This is for the nail side, and this is for the cuticles, and this is for polishing, if I am correct. Instruction paper where they actually describe what each tool is for. So that was really actually easy to understand. And the second box was again kind of similar, another portion of cylindric things, but so this is for cuticles as well, this sharp one. And I actually really enjoyed it last night. My nails may seem a little tired of the gel, but if I keep just having my bare nails like that, they will be just breaking. The more they grow, the more they are going to break. I don't know, I always had thin nails, even before starting doing gel manicures. My nails were never like really strong and nice. Of course, this beautiful brush was included, and you're just able to clean your nails from the excessive dust. And that's it. Making breakfast and decided to show you real quick these amazing strawberries we discovered in the supermarket Aldi. This brand recently, maybe like a month ago. Just a second, put the camera like this. Okay, so apparently it's called, I don't know, Dreamberry, or the brand is Wow, something like that. So the label looks like that, in case you're curious to try it too and to find it. Maybe it's on Amazon, maybe it's on other grocery stores. If you are from USA, check it out. I am really surprised. It says it's product of USA, and it says greenhouse grown. And what was shocking, why I'm even showing them to you, is because they are so sweet. Every time, every berry is so sweet, and they actually look like real strawberries. Look, strawberries are supposed to be that small. This is how I know it from the strawberries that my grandmother used to grow in her garden. Sometimes, yes, they can be big like that. I guess it depends, but usually what we see on the market is that strawberries are like huge and they barely taste anything. We randomly just got to try these ones and we were shocked. They smell so amazing. And now we are like, every time we're getting them, they are more pricey than the other strawberries. I think small box is almost $5, more expensive than usually the strawberries are here, but it's so worth it. So I'm showing it to, so I hope they keep bringing them to Aldi because we really love them. Friends, I apologize in advance for the lighting conditions because we have almost nighttime. It's past the sunset time already, but I have to open this package today. That's why I couldn't wait until tomorrow, because it is from Vinted actually, and I had really to I have to check if everything is fine, and I have to confirm by today if everything is good, so the payment can be released to the seller. That's how Vinted works. They give you like 48 hours, but I for some reason just delayed checking my locker. For some reason USPS this time delivered the package not on the front door but at the locker, and I didn't know, and I realized it like yesterday, last night. So I ordered something really exciting, and I am already liking what I see. Ta-da! This is a jacket tweeded from Zara, but it's pre-owned. I ordered it from Vinted, and it is size M. Yes, size M. I will definitely show you the jacket normally with normal natural light, I guess tomorrow, and I'm going to wear it tomorrow so you can just understand. But this is the jacket. It is more red than it looks like right now on the picture, and it has some blue and some white threads as well. I think it's really beautiful, and it has also golden buttons over here. So this is how the blazer looks like on daylight. I love this bold, like strawberry red color. This is trending right now, and as I mentioned before, it has some blue threads, it has some white and black threads, and it creates like a wholesome look that it's still like something like red, but not like this scarlet red, but it's more towards the pinkish, because I believe of the blue thread. This is the result. I love how strict it looks, and I definitely would love to combine something strict like that with blue denim, of course. Maybe with black pants, but not with strict pants. I would prefer them more loose, or maybe I see here a skirt, but I'm not sure which color yet, because the red is a little difficult color to combine with. Definitely black goes well. I could also wear like a white t-shirt underneath, or a long sleeve, depends on the weather, of course. And caveat, unfortunately, I tried it on before, and unfortunately it doesn't look good with a coat on top. It just looks bulky, and I have this area here open, so I don't think I will ever combine a coat and a blazer together. It seems just too bulky to me. I'll have to choose either a blazer, either a coat if it's cold outside. So I will hold on this blazer. I will wear it maybe next week, because next week we are going to have really good weather. I'm really excited for that. It's going to be real spring. Friends, thank you so much that you stayed with me until this moment. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, leave any type of comment. It really helps me a lot. Or you can just ask a question and I will respond to it either in the comments or in the next video if I want to elaborate more on my answer. Don't forget to check if you're subscribed to this channel. It's brand new and I really rely on your help. Thank you so much in advance, and we will see each other in the next video. Bye bye.